Welcome to another life. This is part 9 of my series on New Age deceptions. In this video I address mantras and chanting. And why is it a deception? Since so many people are swearing on the efficacy of mantras, which is to repeat a sacred sound, a sacred syllable or word. There's nothing wrong with repeating a word, as long as it does what you say it does. So what does it do to repeat the word Om? What does it do to repeat Om Shakti? My whole being, the cells in my body, are rejecting this. So in case you didn't know me, my name is Georges Verbena, and I'm an astrologer and somatic practitioner. So I work with sounds, body sensations, and the movements in the body all the time. And what I feel when I repeat mantras, considered to be sacred, considered to be an utterance of God, of Shiva, Shakti, or God knows who. There's also mantras in astrology for planets, Saturn, Venus, Mars. They say in Vedic astrology, repeat this mantra and you will be blessed or whatever. Or you will prevent this chaos from happening to you. When I do any of these mantras, everything in me says no. Why? I don't give a shit if a mantra works or not. I don't care. And this is how you watching this, you have to be detached from all these ideas about it's religious, we've been doing it for thousands of years, it is so ominous, ominous, right? It's so uplifting, it's so magical. Is it really? Says who? Does your body say it's magical? Because mine does not. And my body is the only authority that I listen to. When you listen to the sound, how are you listening? Through your body. Your body is connected with 5 senses, connected to the sign of Taurus. Taurus rules the throat chakra. And it's the throat that produces the sound. And if your senses do not feel good about the sound, what is the point? And when I say good, I'm not saying you have to feel good after a sound. There's many things that don't feel good but are good for you. But there must be some kind of resonance, some kind of truth in doing this. When I repeat Om Shakti in some kind of temple, in a monastery, fucking 4,000 times a day, is there a resonance? Does it feel like my true self is getting stronger or weaker? Because to me, all these mantras, probably 90% of anything that you can find online, and I looked up some of them, every single one of them that I've tried makes me feel sick, like something is attacking me, something is weakening me. But that's what people want, isn't it? People want to be destroyed. They want their egos to be dissolved, to be taken over. By what? By who? By the spiritual forces? Really? Is that really what's taking over? When you are not there, is not good for you. It's poison. If you ask me, these mantras are demonic. Yeah. And it's not because the sound Om is demonic, of course not. But the intention, the use of it, especially when it's connected to a deity. Now, on its own, Om, I don't know what it does, because sound and the use of sound is ruled by the feminine, Venus. And Venus doesn't give a shit about your rational reasons for what you're doing, doesn't care about your worship, doesn't care about your devotion, only cares about, is this the art that I want to bring into the world? Is this the expression of my true self? And if it is not, then it is a lie. It is deception, you see. So it's really that simple. And saying some Shakti bullshit 100 times a day is not going to make you enlightened. It's only going to make you detached from your true self. And the roboticism and the automaticism of this action will brainwash you. It will negate you. Because destruction of you is the intention. The purpose is to make you a slave. Are you a slave? Because an artist cannot be a slave. And an artist cannot be a product of repetition. Roboticism and artistry, the throat is a product of art, language, sound, tone. All of it is art. And there's nothing, and I mean nothing, zero, artistry in repeating the name of a deity. It is not only not artistic, it is a perversion. It is a death cult. Because to repeat something without any room for change, any room for expression or spontaneity, something that is like a machine, the same sound over and over and over again, is a death cult. It's an armoring. It's pathological. It's narcissistic. It's mechanical. It's functional in a way that has nothing to do with art, nothing to do with poetry. When repetition is the name of a game, the poet dies a tragic death, for he has nothing to write a song about anymore, for the song is already written. And there's only one song he can hear. And it is not his own song. It's the song of other people, of those who came before him, those who have indoctrinated him and those around him to serve a nefarious and duplicitous purpose. It's to take over his mind, to empty him out of himself, so that he can never emerge. So that whatever artistry he wants to create is punished, shamed, to be interrupting the repetition, compulsion, literally like a psychology, of mechanical roboticism. Yeah. So it's very simple. What does healthy look like? And what does unhealthy look like? Well, if you look at the mantra, repeating Om 100 times a day is not healthy. Because it's a robotic. It's a robot. Robots are the definition of unhealthy. You look around. What do you see in the world around you? Most people, what are they like? This is exactly what they are like. Repeating something. There's no meaning or purpose, no soul behind it, except a mechanical function, to fulfill a mechanical goal, which is perhaps to create more money, stability, health, or entertainment. But where's the spontaneity? Where's the change? Where's the unpredictability? Because if you are chanting 100 times or 1,000 times the same thing, it's very predictable, isn't it? What's so interesting about that? About dying. Because when everything is the same, you disappear. It's like a hypnosis. Yes. In hypnosis, the same techniques of mind control are used on people that are used on you when you're chanting a mantra. You are putting yourself into a hypnotic state. And in this sleep state, who's taking over? Who's coming in? Are you in magical thinking, imagining that somehow your mantra will take care of your problems, solve the issues of the world, without doing any of the inner work, just by chanting a mantra? Or do you believe that somehow chanting a mantra is going to improve on the work that you already do? Robotic solutions are not solutions. You're looking in solutions in the wrong place. If this is what you're looking for, a mantra, the whole mindset behind mantras is already corrupt. The whole foundation on which mantras are based on, which is to think that repeating the worship of an external entity is going to bring you something good, is corrupt. Yeah. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter if mantras work. I don't care if mantras work. Even if they did, the idea of repeating something that I do not want to repeat disturbs me, disgusts me, actually. It's an affront to the soul, because the soul is passion, the soul is fire, and that fire cannot be controlled. It's unpredictable, it's wild, untamed, and you try to tame it with your repetition. You're whipping the soul. You are an affront with the mantra to the soul's natural expression, which is fluid like water, bursting and passionate like fire, solid like the earth, and intelligent like air. And there's no intelligence in a mantra. Every monkey can do a mantra, okay? Every monkey. You can give it to a parrot. He can chant for you all day. There's no intelligence in that. And there's nothing solid, because it's all up in the head, talking, la, 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 la. You know what they say? Words are cheap. Yes. And these are the cheapest words on the planet, for there's nothing behind them. You don't even need to think. Just move your lips in the same way. Use your vocal cords repeatedly. Do not think, do not feel. Just om, until you are so deep in the hypnotic state that you are in a coma. And how much do you have to do to take yourself out? Nothing. You can take a step out immediately. And you can choose to be in that coma where there's no earth, because there's nothing behind it. There's no air, because there's no intelligence. There's no fire, because there's no passion. And there's no water, because there's no room for fluidity. So it is deprived of all four elements which are necessary for manifestation. You're trying to manifest with a mantra, and yet you lack the building blocks of life. How ridiculous. How pathetic. How disturbing that people believe that this is the way to go. This is mental illness. There's no tolerance for this. So There shouldn't be. If you know anybody who does mantras, treat them like you do any mental health person. If you know anybody who is religious, treat them like any mental health person. Somebody who might as well be put in a mental asylum because he lost it. He lost the plot. He lost the connection to the four elements. He's now in purgatory. Do you really think anybody chooses to be in purgatory? Or are they being deceived to be put there? Well, this is another one of those deceptions. However, you met a crazy guy who uses a mantra, you think it's connected to frequency. Frequency. The frequency of mantras is death. That's what your frequency is. If you're looking for frequency, you need to look towards, and you're going to laugh, you're going to be surprised. Nobody is going to expect me to say this, but keep with me, don't lose me. If you're looking for frequency in sound, instead of mantras, look towards light language. Light language. Yes, I know, it's a new age concept, unfortunately. But it's not new. It's been here for a long time. Since the beginning of man. And before. Light language. I wish they would use another term for it, but what is light language? Light language is when you speak in tongues, when you speak in such a way that is spontaneous, natural, and unpredictable, which is the opposite of mantras. Yes, light language is the complete opposite of mantras. Everything that's robotic, everything that's automatic, becomes unpredictable and spontaneous with light language. But how do you do that? How do you do light language? How is it a frequency? The frequency is when you go down into the dark, you change your voice to make a specific sound, but you're not thinking what to say. When I make this video, when I talk to you, I'm thinking how to speak. No, not really. But, it's masculine brained, the speaking. Light language is feminine brained. It's like a gesture. So this kind of language. Or you can make all kinds of gestures, and you can call it light language if you want to. Of course, it's ridiculous to assume that random sounds is light language. It is light language when you can feel it bursting something, activating something in you, like it does something, like it's electric. It's unpredictable. You don't know what I'm going to say next. I don't know what I'm going to say next. I'm just feeling the vibration, and then I allow it to come out. But that is not for many. Actually, it's for everyone, but most people are too programmed to do light language. Because it's embarrassing. Because it's out of control. I don't know what I'm going to say next when I'm doing this. So then they could judge me. And they're going to think I'm crazy. But if you are armored and you are afraid that people think that you are crazy, you can't do it. But doing a mantra is easy. Everybody can do it. Since religion is accepted as not being a mental illness, people accept mantras to not be a mental illness. What external entities do people worship? They worship Shiva and Shakti. Treat them as gods when they are not gods. It's just the feminine and masculine, that's it. And then there are archetypes. But they act as if they are external, when they are internal. It's an internal object. But externalizing it is to act as if it's going to do something without you doing anything except doing a mantra. It's a delusion. It's like praying. It's like a prayer. You know, pray comes from the word prey, which means somebody who's hunted down and then eaten. A slave. That is prayer. To be slaving away. To pay tribute. To give luge to the reptiles. Singing instruments. There's nothing wrong with singing. Because that is art. Do not mistake mantras for art. Mantras have nothing to do with singing. Nothing. There's no connection. People think, actually, that mantras are about singing. This is a joke. If I sing, it's from the heart. There's no heart in a mantra. I told you before. It lacks the 4 elements. No fluidity, no water. Because it's robotic, it's automatic. No solidity. Because it doesn't have a base, it's just words. No passion, no fire. Because you're a robot. And number 4, no intelligence, because every monkey can do mantras. Monkeys, you know, it's for monkeys. It's monkey mind thing. To repeat. Avatars. Don't know what that has to do with the video that I'm making. Depends where you source your light language. Yeah, well, that's right. A lot of people, if you go for New Age, people source their light language from copying other people who do light language. And then, of course, because it's a copy, again, it's monkey mind. So again, it's fake. Don't know what the Kirtan mantra is. But, yeah. I think I finished the video at this place. So, if you want to know more about light language, I can make a separate video on that. But this was just specifically about mantras and how mantras are for monkeys. If you found this video helpful, leave a like and a comment. Tell me what New Age deception should I expose next. And thanks for watching. See you in the next video.